We have just a phenomenal day of presentations for you, and we've structured the day carefully so that there are opportunities for you all to meet and connect. From our research, most of our attendees could be speakers, and so everyone that you meet in this venue today might turn out to be your next creative collaborator. Who knows? It could be the love of your life. It could be your nemesis. So connect with people, say hello, and engage with them. The reason that I founded the Creativity Conference 7 years ago, 2019, was to facilitate, to hold the space for a conversation. And as I've said many times previously, I think that if we explore the purpose of creative thinking, ultimately, I suspect that all of the dialogues and explorations, the mediums, the communication, the messaging, ultimately is rooted in the question, why? We're all wondering, why? Why am I here? What's it all for? Why did I run out of coffee? Like, there's a lot of things, but we live in an apparently causal universe. You ran out of coffee because you drank the coffee. There's a consequence. But I believe that there are actually two kinds of choice that we make, and I want to propose this for your consideration. One kind is a rational deductive analysis. You're walking down the street, you see a poster for a cafe. Because you saw the poster, because you're feeling a little bit jet-lagged, you think, therefore, I will choose to have a coffee. I like coffee. So there's a sort of rational deduction that goes on based on your priorities. And in that sense, we function in much the same way that artificial intelligence makes decisions. AI has weighted vectors and priorities and outcomes, and it finds the most efficient path to the outcome. So in that way, you can say that AI is modeled on human thinking. We have these neural networks and so on. But there's another kind of choice that we make, I am convinced that we make, which is not so much a rational deduction, but what I like to call direct knowing. You simply know that you're going to do this thing. And after knowing it, you might rationalize it, come up with an explanation. Maybe you'll have a narrative. Maybe you'll come up with a reason why. Maybe you'll even come up with a raison d'etre. I exist for this purpose. But if you were asked in the quiet hours of dawn, in your truth, why, you would have to say, because I am. The first person to climb Everest was asked why, and he said, because it was there. You're alive, you're here to cast a shadow, footprints in the snow, to kick the piles of leaves. You're here to cause change in the world and to be changed. And when we make the most important life choices, like who will we love and who will we allow to love us, it's direct knowing. There is no rational explanation. And in that way, I believe we remain distinct from AI, and human creativity remains paramount. Now, speaking of creativity, our opening keynote is the phenomenal artist Lawrence Gartell, who is widely described as the father of digital art. His work spans decades. He's an absolutely extraordinary creative mind, and he very kindly agreed to come and give our opening keynote. I don't want to steal any of Lawrence's thunder, so I will instead invite you up to the stage, Lawrence, and hand you the mic. Lawrence Gartell, everybody.